So today I'm going to be showing you how we pot up any tomatoes or peppers if they've gotten leggy. So we actually had a problem with a mouse this spring that kept eating all the tops of the seedlings off. So this tray of tomatoes actually stayed under their blackout dome for longer than I should have let them go. But we were trying to deal with that mouse. So as you can see, they are quite leggy. And we usually don't pot up until they have either their first set of true leaves or their second set of true leaves. So most of these guys don't have their true leaves yet, but I'm going to pot them up and then get a fan on them so to help strengthen their stems. So basically I get everything labeled first. So we're growing a lot of different kinds of tomatoes, and these are predominantly tomatoes. So I mark out all of my different kinds of varieties on the labels, and then in my pots, I'm only filling them half full with potting soil. And this year we're actually using Pro Mix organic soil. We didn't get any of our compost in, and it's still frozen outside, so we're just kind of mediating with what we have here. So we grow in the 200 cell trays, and so this variety that I'm transplanting right now is, or potting up I guess, is called Silver Fir, and we like them for fresh eating. But you can use them for canning and other purposes too, but we really like this variety for fresh eating. So I'm going to put the little seedling into the pot, and I'm not very gentle with the seedlings. So I'm just going to push him down, and then I'm going to cover him with more soil. And with tomatoes, they will continue to send roots off of their stems. So you can cover pretty much all the way right up to the leaves. So that's what I'm going to do with this guy. We're in the process of packing. That's why there's boxes everywhere. But as anybody homesteading or working from home knows, you just have to do what you have to do when you have to do it. So that's why packing's taking a break and potting up is happening. So the soil is slightly damp. So I've seen people like sink their tomatoes into the very bottom of the pots before. I still want them to grow a really good root system, and I want them to continue reaching with the roots while they're in pots. So I want to give them that room, is my theory behind why I go halfway up the pot. So there he is. So like I said, I could have covered him right up to that first set of leaves, but I wanted to give him that extra room for the roots. And so we just go along and do all of these guys. I think I have about 150 to transplant today, so I'm not going to video this entire thing because that would be boring. But I figured I would just show, and then for the once you've potted them up like this, again, keep your lights close to the level of the top of their leaves and increase the light height as they grow. So we use LED lights. They're blue-white spectrum light, which helps to the blue light. So anything like blues and purples helps to promote root growth. So lots of people like the red lights for the grow lights, but that's more for fruiting and flowering purposes. So we actually don't have any actual plant grow lights. We just use the LED blue-white shop lights, and they work really well. And then for these guys, since I did neglect them and they got a little leggy, I'm also going to run a fan, not directly on them, but to circulate the air around them, so they're kind of constantly moving, and that's going to help the stems strengthen. So you can't do this with all vegetable varieties, sinking the stem into the soil like this, but it does work really well with the tomatoes and even peppers. So yeah, all of these will probably, I'll be able to save them all and then just get the fan on them, and hopefully we have dealt with the mouse issue, because we've lost like 600 seedlings already. So now I'm kind of playing catch up on the tomatoes and the peppers, replanting. But yeah, it's an easy way if you have leggy tomatoes to save them.